Hey guys, welcome back to TBM Sports. We'll keep this one short and sweet. I know you all want to get out and watch some college football, but don't sleep on baseball. Yesterday, 2-1 on the card, so almost got the sweep there. 3 outs away. I don't know what Dave Roberts' problem is. Can't leave Clayton Kershaw out for a curtain call. Can't push the big man for 5 innings, and he always has had a short leash on his starting pitchers. I have noticed that, especially in the postseason. Does some funky stuff. He'll bring out relievers to start out the game. It is what it is. Different strokes for different folks, I guess, when it comes to managing a MLB baseball team, something I have no experience doing so. I'll tip my cap to the World Series that he has obtained, and we'll leave it at that. So thanks, Dave, for costing us to sweep here on the channel. But nonetheless, we do have a lot of baseball on the card and a lot of games to talk about here. So we'll get into my best bets. Got to keep this one kind of short, sweet, simple, stupid, to the point, and there's a lot of things I like, and there's one bet in specific that I really do favor quite a bit. We'll get into that handicap, but this is the time of year where the playoffs, postseason, the white flag starts getting raised, so there are a couple different ways to approach it, and I think that with the way that statistical algorithms basically are incorporated into these odds, the handicaps, the line set out by the books, I think that there are a lot of opportunities late in the season where you can pick your shots, okay? So sit back, relax. I'll talk for about 5 minutes, and then I'll get you guys on your way, okay? And also, if you have not watched my college football rundown, 1-0 last night, taking the Iowa Hawkeyes. We'll look to keep that momentum going. A lot of noon games that I do favor on today's slate. First game on the docket, we're not going to do a full kind of analysis. Like I said, short video. Just going to talk about my 4 best bets. I'll recap those at the end of the video as well. All right, Atlanta and Detroit. This is one where we have seen a lot of kind of an outlier yesterday. And shout out to the Guardians. Let's go. Let's get it. They have a very big opportunity here today. If the Braves can take 2 in a row against the Tigers, and then you do get a doubleheader sweep going against the Twins, the lowly Twins for Cleveland. They are going against 2 of their best, the Twins' best pitchers. So it's going to be one where you gotta just kind of make it happen. All right, and I think this is kind of starting to build a little bit. Right, it was just kind of a long shot, a little bit of a futures play for me, but we're actually starting to see this kind of take shape and come into fruition. All right, but I do think that we get runs in this spot. Braves, Tigers, 9. I probably would lend towards the conversation that we do get runs. If you do look into Wentz going against Montero, I think Montero's a little bit fool's gold. Better numbers as of late, last 3 starts, but I still think we may get a very lion's share of runs, and this is a coin flip game. Stay away from it, but the Braves, they have won 6 straight, and you can get them today at plus money, plus 114. Keep that in mind. Next game, Cleveland and Minnesota. I'm just going to save you guys a doubleheader handicap. I'm doing a little bit of a ride the wave. Cleveland's been very profitable for us here on the channel, and we're going to keep that momentum going. They have to win. It's simple as that. You have to win, or your season's over. Okay, and they do get 2 games to have that opportunity. You guys know me. Traditionally, I don't play doubleheaders. All right, I usually wait for the first game, and I'll go opposite of that outcome in game 1, unless there's some glaring pitching discrepancy or some, where the second game you get a pitcher that's completely has an advantage going against a bullpen or something like that, and you have to lay $3 or something. Outside of that, though, this is one where I think we have an opportunity. All right, Cleveland is plus 112 in the first game, plus 105 in the second game. Why not us, right? So I think that I'm going to take the Cleveland money line in both games. And this isn't a fan favorite pick. This is just me kind of pressing my futures ticket for Cleveland to make the postseason. And if you do look at this, guys, taking plus money in both of these games, very opportunistic. Let's say they split, you still come out profitable within this bet. So I'm expecting to lose one of these, but if they're going to give me plus money on both of the games in this doubleheader, I'm going to take a short profit here. So give me Cleveland on the money line in both game 1 and game 2, first pitch 210 against the Twins. Washington and the Mets. This is a game where if you guys don't like football and you're not going to be watching football on that noon hour, watch the first few innings of McLean pitch. Okay, 4-1 on the year, 1.19 ERA. He's an outstanding rookie, okay, and I think he gets his way today. This is one where you look at the Mets minus 239 going against the Nats in Cavalli. Nice little dance partner. If you wanted to kind of take shape with this one, there's another leg out there in the market that you can find. a little bit deeper down the board. We'll talk about that as we continue to move on. But you want to look for the Mets here with a dance partner, okay? So if you want to call it a two-leg parlay, get some plus money. Mets minus 239. Find another money line to match that one up with. I don't mind that whatsoever, but at over $2, not going to be laying it here with the Mets, okay? If you wanted to kind of get involved here from a pitching standpoint, outs, strikeouts, all that good stuff, I think under-earned runs for McLean, very much in play going against the Nats at home, okay? Cubs and Reds, quite frankly, guys, the Cubs have maybe laid down their sword awaiting the postseason. Not necessarily a strong way to take care of business. I think that we've seen some teams that have to play in those wild card games, you know, and I don't like the format personally. It gives more teams opportunities to make the postseason, but for round one into round two of the playoffs, it just kind of screws up your pitching rotation. And a lot of times you get your aces off of that spot where they have the potential to throw 2 games in a 7-game series. So I'm not quite a fan of that, but I do like the Reds here in the spot going against the Cubs. If you wanted to lay minus 162 Cubs on the run line, not too opposed to that as well, okay? But the one official first best bet we will have, I'm going to back the A's again. I think the Pirates are cooked. They have lost 9 of their last 10. They did get out to a hot lead against the Athletics last night, but this is one where Morales has been fairly impressive. I think he's going to give you about 5 innings of work, no more than 2 earned runs. I think that Pittsburgh, they're cooked, okay? And they had to use their pen a lot. I think that the Athletics take care of business. Minus 101, and I do want to show you guys this. This is something where outlier, for those of you that do not use it, and I have to take my face off of the screen. I do talk about it, but a couple cool features that they just added into the fold, okay? So I will remove my head. They are now showing bullpen stats, and not just bullpen stats for the baseball side of it. There's also weather, okay? So incorporating the weather stats, wind, rain, precipitation, ballpark factor, as well as what we get within the bullpen stats right there on their interface. 2 great tools in additions to the outlier models that I do favor, and it's something where I think definitely you guys should add that to your betting arsenal within the tools that you deploy on a day-to-day basis. So links are down below if you want a 7-day free trial for Outlier, but we will be on the Athletics here with a very cheap road price, and that's where you can find that one. I believe I took close to even money. I didn't get plus money, but you could still find it minus 101. Okay. Marlins, Rangers. We were on the Marlins there at plus 138. They're going to run it back. They're going to give us the same exact odds, basically. Texas needs to win this game. Okay. And I don't bet teams because they need a win per se. There are some spots where we would favor that. And I think that the Marlins here, you know, this is a value play on the Marlins. 8 of their last 10. Rangers losing 5 straight. This is the spot where Texas breaks out, but it's a lot of value to pass up for Miami. Okay, Boston and Tampa Bay, no play for me officially. We're going to skip over that game. Going to stay away from that from a handicap perspective. Yankees and Orioles, I think we get runs over 9. If we look into Rodon going against Shigano, also sets up pretty good for the pinstripes, but you know, plus 176 for the Orioles. I kind of like that one a little bit more, but I would lean towards the over 9 in this contest. That's just my personal take from my numbers. It should be, in my opinion, it's going to be a game that does get to double digits from my numbers. Okay, and then this would be the dance partner. I would pair up with the Mets, taking the Padres and Yu Darvish going against Gomez there for the Pale Hose. If you do want to back the Padres, like I said, Padres, Mets, moneyline parlay, not a bad move. Okay, if you were going to dabble in that regard, not a bad move. That's how I would kind of approach that game. Cleveland and the Twins, we talked about how I'm playing that doubleheader. Okay, and also the Toronto Blue Jays. We're going to back them here minus 132. This is an outlier, probably one of my favorite bets on the card. I know it's a little bit more juice. We get the Blue Jays after losing 3 straight, 89 and 65 on the season, and you know, to kind of fend off the Yankees run, okay, looking like the Blue Jays have this one wrapped up, but keep this in mind, okay? The Blue Jays have the AL East pretty much shored up, but if you talk about the Blue Jays and Shane Bieber, what a great addition that was, okay? So Guardians fan, I'll wear it, but this is kind of where you look at the Bieber numbers here, outstanding, impressive. I like playing teams against teams, I should say, after they have huge offensive explosions. Little regression for Kansas City. They dropped 20 plus runs yesterday at home against the Blue Jays. Only thing that does give me pause, but it also makes me a little bit excited taking the Blue Jays here on the money line against Beaver. And the one thing about this, guys, is look at this number here from a starting in your top right. Cameron for the Royals. Okay, this lefty over the course of 2025, 8-7 record, 2.98 ERA, hits per 9, 7.23, strikeout 7.3. Hits per 9, and also when he did face Toronto, one start, 0-1 record. He had almost a 6 ERA in that game, went 6.1 innings, and gave up 8.53 hits and a strikeout rating of 1.42. So he's not getting it done from a strikeout perspective. So you could go Cameron under his Ks against the Blue Jays, but I think this is one where Bieber dominates. I looked into the first 5 under, and then I came across these Cameron matchup numbers against Toronto. And I think Toronto has his number. So they are going to break out. They get the job done. Toronto to win this game on the money line is my best bet. Okay. Going down the board a little deeper, Seattle and Houston. A little zigzag here for Houston if you wanted to take the Stros within Framber Valdez in a basically even money matchup. I kind of like that one a little bit. Brewers, we're going to stay away from them here today. Too much juice. We're away from that low number. Going against Miles Mikolas, I don't trust Patrick enough, so this will be a pass for me. Diamondbacks, Phillies, another game where, quite frankly, what does it matter? Okay, what does it matter? 92 and 62 there for the Phillies. Aaron Nola going against Zach Gallen. That's that game I really kind of try to stay away from. Aaron Nola starts. The Phillies have covered 90% of their last 10 games with 9 runs. I'm sorry, scoring 10 or more in 90% of their last 10 games as a collective between their opponent and themselves. So I think we may potentially see a little bit of a contrarian play as you do get potentially the 2 aces going against each other. I shouldn't say 2 aces, but you know what I mean. Nola versus Gallen, and would not shock me if we get 10 runs in this spot. So little lean towards the over, okay, in this game. Angels and Rockies, another one where, quite frankly, guys, there's going to be runs aplenty. They are playing in Coors Field. Hendricks versus Marquez, runs. Okay, so if you want to get a little fancy here, yes, run in first inning, I would look into. Also, you could look into the Angels team total going over, going against Marquez, who is very abysmal as a pitcher. Okay, so I do like that quite a bit there in Coors Field. And then the last game, San Francisco and the Dodgers. I think that Tang's going to give you about 3-4 innings. Going against Glass now, warranted price, -205 for the Dodgers. Look for them to continue this, make it 4 straight going against the G-Men. Okay, that's my best bets. Quick recap here, guys, for you on the channel. We will go Cleveland money lines in both of the games today. We are going to take the Athletics on the money line, -101, and I like Toronto -132 on the money line as well. Those are my best bets. So 4 plays here in the space. Also talked about some leans, and don't quite frankly mind if you want to lay these all in a parlay. Add in the Mets on the money line, and I think that does pay a nice hefty plus money price. Small unit play, but I think that maybe leaving both Cleveland games off of that parlay because the very high likelihood of a split. But kind of where I stack up, right? I like the Mets, Athletics, and the Blue Jays in a parlay. If you wanted to get a little 3-legged, and also do not mind throwing in the Padres there going against the White Sox after 2 straight losses. Okay, appreciate you guys. Good luck out there. Let's cash some tickets. Watch the college football video. NFL will be posted later. Thank you all for being part of TBM Sports. We'll see you guys all tomorrow. Cheers.